Hey guys, FilmCrazyAdam here, and welcome to this 2015 look back and wrap up and a look ahead to 2016 video. Basically it's a year-end, year-beginning update. So, I hope everyone had a much better 2015 than I did. This year was really rough for me. It's one of those that I'm not going to look back fondly on, and I look at it as kind of a lost year, where I didn't get nearly as much done, either on the channel or in real life, as I wanted to this year. All that because of, it all boils down to my job, which many of you know, and if you don't, I'm a truck driver. Right now I'm working for a company where I get home every night. However, for the vast majority of this year, damn near this entire year, I've gone from different accounts. I moved from one to another account on this at this company, but in each of these accounts, and this is kind of the curse of being a truck driver, is that it demands long hours. You know, the average person, painting with broad strokes here, the average person works like an 8-hour workday, whether it's retail or it's office. For the most part, a lot of people work, you know, a 9 to 5 or an 8 to 5. Well, I work from the time I leave my house to the time I get back. It's usually about 15 hours. So, just to give an example, earlier this year, for a huge portion of it, I was on this account that drove up to Ticonderoga, New York, and so I had to be up at 3 a.m. I would get to the yard at around 4. I would get up there and get back on a good day when there's no traffic, there's no snow, there's no accidents. On a good day, I'd be getting back to the yard at around 4 o'clock. And after doing my paperwork and dropping my trailer, I wouldn't get home until about 5:30. Sometimes a little bit later because you run into traffic on the way home. So at 5:30 I get home, and to get in bed, you don't want to get in bed any later than 9 p.m. if you got to wake up at 3 a.m. You want to get in at least 6 hours. So when I got home in the evening, it was, I have about 3 hours to, make my lunch, eat dinner, make dinner, shower, do some jogging, maybe watch something, maybe do some script writing. Like, I didn't have any time, and that's the nature of the job. And people might say, well, what do you expect? It's trucking. And while that's true, at the same time, I didn't get into trucking because of desire. It was more out of necessity than desire. It was the best option I had at the time. So, I'm not saying that, I'm not complaining about that. I wish it was different, but I'm not complaining per se. I'm just explaining why it's been such a crappy year in terms of putting stuff up on the channel. However, that said, I finally got on to an account after begging and pleading and requesting for months, for basically 10 months. I finally got on the account that I've wanted for since I basically started, where the hours are more or less locked in. I start at the same time every day. It doesn't change. That was an issue. Like, things would change. Like, today you're coming in at 3, tomorrow you're coming in at 6, then we want you in at 4, then we want you in at 8, so your sleep schedule's all effed up. But now I'm on an account where the hours are locked in, the start time hours, and it doesn't run as long. It's a more local run. So, I now have more regular hours. This is the closest I'm going to get to regular hours. And I'm done like mid to late afternoon. So and I don't have to be in until 5 a.m. So bottom line is, I got the time now. I got the time to go ahead and get back into the groove of things. So, and that's the thing I alluded to at the end of last year. I'm like, if everything works out well, this is what's going to happen. And it happened. So, with that in mind, I'm a lot happier now. There was at one point I kind of fell into a depression last year because I felt so powerless. Powerless. There were so many things I wanted to get done, and my job was just eating up every available hour. And so I wanted to do Life with Ponies. I heard that movie sucks, and I know that I did like 2 episodes of that in all of 2015. Two episodes of Life with Ponies, maybe 3, and only 1 episode of I Heard That Movie Sucks, which is depressingly pitiful. And now I can finally get back to that. I'm happy to announce. So I'm gonna start putting stuff out. Before, I would say I'm putting more stuff out, and it was kind of like, well, I'll be able to do this, and then I would get on a different account. It was always like when I was switching accounts, and I would get on a different account, and then I would be doing ridiculous hours. So I'm happy to say that now it's locked in, and it's been this way for about a month now. I didn't want to say anything at the beginning of December because I wanted to make sure everything was solid, and now the new year's come, and they said, yeah, this is it. So for at the moment, that's how it is, and so I'm going to start bringing stuff back. Now, here's a quick list of things that I want to touch on. Right now, I am currently, because of all the little amount of time that I had last year, there's a bunch of things I need to catch up on. One of the things is it's the beginning of the year. I'm going to put out my best of and worst of movies of 2015. Thing is, I'm so far behind. At this point, there's still like 15 movies that I want to see that I'm going to try and fit them in, and I'm right after this I'm going to go see Point Break. You know, not every movie I want to see, but you got to see it. If you're going to be a good reviewer, you got to see movies. And of the movies I've seen, there's actually been a few that I was surprised were as good as they were. So, you know, I'll hopefully you all will agree if they make the best of list, and you know, we'll have some discussion about that. So I'm still catching up on movies. Like I said, I got about 15 more to do. If I do like 2 a day, which now that I've got the time in the evening to do that, I can. I'm going to do about 2 a day. So I'm going to try to get this done. I'm going to try and get this list out by next weekend. If not next weekend, it will be out the following weekend. Just bear with me. Give me a little time to catch up because I've had no time to watch these movies. Another thing I haven't watched. Would you believe me if I told you that in this past year, I've only watched episode 100 and Equestria Girls 3 for all of My Little Pony. I have the entire season 5 on my computer. I have it all downloaded. But I haven't watched anything except 100th episode, which I did a reaction on, and Equestria Girls 3, which I reviewed. That's it. Honest to God, I haven't watched any My Little Pony this year, other than those 2 things. And, like, part of it is, and I'm going to go off on a little tangent just on this a little bit, that it was like during my depression, and depression is something that, like, people are still trying to figure out, and it's hard to, like, really pin down why it happens and why people react the way they do during depression. And one of the things for me was kind of a feeling of, like, low self-worth, almost like I wasn't worthy of watching the show and enjoying it. Like, I wasn't good enough for it. Like, it sounds silly, and it doesn't make any sense to anyone who hasn't been depressed and been there. You know, I wish I could say that this was my first bout of depression, but, like, in high school I had it pretty bad. Clinically, I had it very bad. So I knew when I was experiencing it this time, I'm like, I know what this is. I've been here before, and this is terrible. So that, and because it's just been a rough year, like, there's so much of this year that just sucked for me. Work and non-work related, it's just a really rough year until like Halloween kicked in. Like, really until this past autumn season, things started to, like, turn up. And I just didn't, it was, in addition to, I didn't feel like I deserved it. It was also, I knew at the time that I didn't want to watch these things and then, like, mentally, so you know how you mentally associate certain or like certain bands or groups or songs with certain moods? Like, you have some people have like a song or a band or that they when 5 o'clock comes on Friday and and work is over, they kick on this song and that's the official start of the weekend. Likewise, you might have, just like Christmas carols are only for Christmas season, and it evokes emotion and feelings. And just like when you're angry or sad, and like you might listen to like Evanescence or Smashing Pumpkins. That kind of, I didn't want that mental association to, I didn't want to have that connection with, while I was being be depressed, to connect it with My Little Pony. Though, to be fair, it probably would have like brought me up. At the time, depression's a weird thing. So, in the coming months, I'm going to try and get it in before April. Once when I get some free time, because this January I'm not going to have any free time to do much. I'm going to get. I've watched. I heard that movie. I watched The Golden Compass. I've loaded that into my video editor, so I'm going to start working on that. For I Heard That Movie Sucks. I do have a couple ideas for Life with Ponies. People have actually asked about Life with Ponies, and yes, it is coming back. Do I want to tease this? Yes. People have asked about episode 1 of Life with Ponies. Now, I did actually work on an episode 1 of Life with Ponies. The long and short of it is, it was when I was living in Cali. I had actually come back here to Jersey to visit for my birthday, and I had put up a video on that fan. I think it's like brony.com or something. No. Well, I think it's like Icon Has Cheeseburger. It's like brony.iconhascheeseburger.com. I'm embarrassed. I forget what it's called now. But I had put a video up, and it got like 10,000 hits over the weekend. And it was kind of the jumping off point for Life with Ponies. And so I had filmed an episode here. I had filmed during the last evening and during the morning of my last day here. And the stuff I filmed in the evening, I hooked my camera up to my computer, offloaded it, and then first thing in the morning, right before I had to go to the airport, I filmed, the follow-up. Or not the follow-up, but I filmed additional scenes. And then I just packed up my camera and took it back with me. And then when I got to Cali, such a rookie move, but I just wiped the memory on my camera so that I had more free space so that I could film the shots in Cali. And so when I go to edit it, I'm like, wait, where are those shots I filmed this morning? Oh, no! Oh, you effing moron! Oh, you idiot! Oh! And so, yeah, I kind of like, well, I can't really work on that now. So, but I've kind of rewritten that and adapted it. So I do now have an episode 1, which that's going to be the first thing that comes out, followed by the part 2 of the episode of Life with Ponies where me and Twilight switch bodies. So, Life with Ponies is coming back. I Heard That Movie Sucks is coming back. What else did I want to touch on? I'm going to do a video. Basically, I'm going to marathon season 5. Maybe I'll wait. Maybe I'll depending on when they release season 6 of Friendship is Magic. I might do it like right before then. But that's what I'm going to do. Just in a single day, I'm going to pick a Saturday. I'm going to have the camera running, and then I'm not going to show all 13 hours or whatever it is of season 5, but I'm going to run the entire gambit of the season. I'm just going to marathon the entire thing, and I'll throw in reactions and I'll edit it down, and I'm going to do it up. I'm going to do it up in my room, so so you can see out my window, and you can see how the light changes and the sun moving and stuff. So you'll be able to experience it more or less as I experience it, just kind of cut down. But that's what I'm going to do. I haven't watched any episodes of Friendship and Magic Season 5, and I'm just going to marathon it all in one day, and you get to see me do it. Let's see. All right, I touched on I Heard That Movie Sucks. So, for I Heard That Movie Sucks, the most recent fan request, which I think came in 2 years ago, was Golden Compass. That movie is going to be the first to be reviewed this year, and I'm going to try and and my desire this year is to get on a schedule of one episode of I Heard That Movie Sucks per month, at least one episode per month. And I'm going to try and do 2 episodes of Life with Ponies, but I'm going to do a minimum of 1. So right now, for January, I got Golden Compass. Somebody has requested Mission Impossible 4. I also have a request from a family friend to do Inception. Somebody about a year or so ago wanted me to do Wolverine Origins. So I've got three requests plus a couple movies that I plan to do. This year, I'm going to try and coincide these movies with like the months they come out with. Like, I'm going to do, like for the Wolverine movie, I'm going to do it the same month X-Men Age of Apocalypse comes out. What else? You know, I plan to I'm gonna do an I Heard That Movie Sucks for Independence Day. Partially because I just wanted to do a 4th of July, you know, for the 4th of July I wanted to do an Independence Day review, but also the sequel for Independence Day. 20 years to the year after the fact, they're making a sequel. I don't know if you've heard this. So, I'm going to do one review of I Heard That Movie Sucks per month. So, if you have any requests, get them in before the queue fills up. I am, like I said, going to do Life with Ponies. I'm bringing that back. I missed that. I actually got some real enjoyment and pleasure. Not only just because other people enjoyed it and they would, you know, vote it up or, you know, the number of... Not even because of that. I just had fun doing it. It really is. To me, it's really enjoyable. The final thing on this update that I have on my checklist is movies coming out. Now, I don't know if I said this at the beginning of 2015, but this year, there's a ton of really good movies. I know that a lot of people have been posting about it online, like, this year's going to be awesome for movies, and I think it's going to be. If not awesome, there's going to be a lot of spectacular rants that I'm going to do. I mean, just going through, like, I think I mentioned this countdown timer app that I have. I think I mentioned it in my Equestria Girl 3 review. But I have a lot of movies just in my phone, so I know exactly when they come out. You know, Kung Fu Panda 3. While it's not a heavy hitter, I am actually kind of excited about that. Deadpool. The Disney movie Zootopia looks good, and also I don't know what it's called, but it's The Rock is in it. It's like Moana. It's a Hawaiian Polynesian Disney movie that looks interesting. The Batman Superman movie. The live-action Jungle Book actually looks really good. I'm curious about Ratchet and Clank. Captain America 3. X-Men Apocalypse. I'm actually kind of excited about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2. Because, as somebody from the 80s, this movie, the second one, other than the character design, it looks like the cartoon from the 80s. It's got Bebop and Rocksteady, and I just saw, and somebody posted that they've confirmed Krang is going to be in that movie. If you don't know who these people, if these characters are, I'm sorry. I'm just sorry. Not sorry for you. I'm just sorry that you don't know them. This is quintessential child of the 80s shit right here. I'm actually excited about Finding Dory. Who's not excited about Finding Dory? Independence Day 2. The new Steven Spielberg movie, the BFG. I'm looking forward to that. Ghostbusters will be interesting. Star Trek Beyond, Suicide Squad, Doctor Strange, and of course, you know, Rogue One, the Star Wars spin-off movie. So this year coming up is going to be amazing for movies. Could be amazing in a good way, could be amazing in a bad way. We will see, but there's a lot of movies coming out that I can't wait to come out. Let me think. Is there anything? I can't think of anything else other than, like I said, I hope this year 2016 is a good one. I'm gonna try my best. I hope it's great for all of you watching, and I hope that I have a lot more for you guys to watch. 2015 is in the past. Don't want to think about it anymore. Don't need to think about it anymore, other than just the movies I gotta catch up on. Anyway, that's that, people. I'll see you.